Strange forces at work? Only if you're referring to gravity. And we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Maria Ramirez?
Hi.
Maria Ramirez.
Mom! Maria!
Maria Ramirez.
McDonald's is committing $150 million in tuition assistance, education, and career advising programs
Maria Ramirez.
to help more employees achieve their dreams.
Twisted minds, impulsive violence. What drives a person to kill? I'm Donnie Wahlberg, and this is Very Scary People. Sunday, 9 p.m.
If you need to replace your windows or doors, Renewal by Andersen is having one of their best sales. But this sale lasts only 31 days. Before March 31st, save $300 on every window, save $825 on every door, and get an extra 3% discount when you pay for your whole project with cash or check. Renewal by Andersen. The replacement windows that every homeowner wants are now even more affordable. Before March 31st, save $300 on every window, save $825 on every door. And this is the part we almost never offer. Get an extra 3% discount when you pay for your whole project with cash or check, or choose no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. Renewal by Andersen's 31-day sale ends March 31st. For an appointment during our sale, call 1-800-897-7800.
Tricky Dick, a new CNN original series, Sunday night at 9.
All right, breaking news. Israel is blaming Hamas for 2 rockets launched toward Tel Aviv, but media reports suggest those may have been a mistake. Israeli Defense Forces responded by hitting about 100 Hamas military targets in Gaza. CNN's Melissa Bell is live at the Israel-Gaza border with the breaking details. What's the very latest, Melissa?
Well, John, after that sharp escalation in tension, those 100 strikes towards Gaza from Israel overnight, the returned rockets from Gaza back to Israel, really we're seeing a sense of calm returning to this border. And I think a calm that both sides are looking to ensure and now remains. We get a sense that it is de-escalation that both sides are looking for. Hearing from Israeli media that the Israeli Defense Forces rather believe at this stage, their assessment is that those rockets, which really took everyone by surprise, aimed at Tel Aviv last night, could have been the work of some low-level Hamas operatives, therefore not sanctioned by the leadership. From the other side, what we're hearing, John, is both that the weekly protests at the fence this afternoon have been cancelled. Also hearing from Islamic Jihad that overnight the Egyptian delegation has been working hard to try and bring a sense of calm, to bring that tension down within Gaza as it seeks to help both sides find some kind of long-term settlement, long-term agreement and peace to this border. For the time being, along this border fence, calm returned. And bear in mind that this was an escalation, John, that probably neither side particularly wanted at this stage. Certainly on the Israeli side, with just 3 weeks to go to a general election. Alison.
Melissa, thank you very much for that complicated story. We'll check back with you. More breaking news right now. We are now learning that the captain of that doomed Ethiopian Airlines flight knew he was in trouble almost immediately. The New York Times reports the pilot requested in a panicked voice to turn back just 3 minutes after takeoff. CNN's Oren Lieberman is live near Paris, where the black boxes are being analyzed. What have we learned, Oren?
Well, we've learned that, as you've said, shortly after takeoff, just 3 minutes into the flight, the pilot of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 radioed back to the tower and said, "Break, break, return to home," in a panicky, distressed voice. Immediately, it seems, realizing something was wrong. He then said, "Request vector for landing." Meanwhile, in the control tower, controllers also noticed something was wrong from the oscillations, the wild variations in altitude up and down hundreds of feet at a time. This right after takeoff when a plane should be should be in a smooth climb towards its altitude. They, according to the New York Times, diverted 2 other flights to make as much room as possible for Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 to return back for landing. But just a couple of minutes later, 5 minutes after takeoff, the plane crashed, killing all on board. Now take a look at this chart. This compares Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 to the Lion Air crash back in October. Both were flying the 737 MAX 8 airline, the same aircraft. And it shows the same unusual oscillations right after takeoff, climbs and descents. This is showing vertical speed, so how fast a plane is climbing or descending. And this, perhaps part of the information, the data that investigators used to ground the fleet for now. John, BEA, the French investigators have the black boxes right now, the flight data recorder, the cockpit voice recorder. That is where the investigators will focus their efforts at this time.
All right, Oren Lieberman for us. Where those black boxes are at this moment being analyzed, we're going to count on you for the latest.